Hi guys, Amy here answering your questions about river cruising. I'm sailing on an AMA Waterways cruise right now and wanted to just answer some of the common questions that I get about river cruising. Today we're going to talk about the room that you choose and whether or not it's worth it to pay for a higher level room. Now, higher level and maybe a bigger room as well. The shortest answer to this is it kind of depends on how you feel about your experience and spending your money and what's worth it to you. Personally, I always go for a room on the top floor because the view is exponentially better as you go higher on the ship. And to me, it's just, if I'm gonna bother spending the money flying to Europe or wherever and doing a river cruise, I wanna have the best view possible. I also am someone who spends a lot of time in my cabin. I don't do all of the excursions. I do a lot of the excursions, but I also really like downtime. Coming to my room, having a cup of coffee, reading a book. So it matters to me. It matters to me to have a nice view and to enjoy it. Now, whether or not you want to pay for a balcony, I have a balcony and I have a French balcony in this room. That's kind of up to you. The balcony isn't the reason that I get these rooms. I get these rooms, one, to be on the third floor, and also because I want a little more space. The room that I'm in right now is 210 square feet. It's kind of an average sized cruise cabin room. I'm always willing to pay for a little more space to be comfortable, especially if I'm traveling with someone else. But the balcony itself, I don't spend a ton of time on the balcony. I prefer to go to the sun deck, but I am willing to pay for the view for my room and for the space, just the personal space. So you got to kind of ask yourself what's worth it to you. If you're traveling with someone and you kind of like your own personal space, I think it's worth paying a little more to have space. And if it comes down to like having more space but being on a lower floor, maybe do that. The other thing to keep in mind is unless you're on a full sailing, you can usually ask about upgrades once you get on the ship. I know several people on this sailing who have upgraded their room for a very small fee to a bigger room or a higher floor, or even multiple rooms because the ship isn't full. And AMA Waterways especially does a really good job of trying to be accommodating. Sometimes they'll have an extra charge and sometimes they won't. If they can upgrade you and you've been on some of their sailings before, they're happy to do it for you. So it's always worth asking, but also, you got to kind of decide what's important to you. Is it personal space? Is it the view? Am I going to sit out on the balcony? Or maybe you're someone who doesn't care how much space you have and doesn't think you're going to be in your room. Then no, it's probably not a good investment for you. So again, this is about 210 square feet. I'm on the AMA Christina right now. This is really a very standard room. See if I can show you a little bit. That has the French balcony and the regular balcony. It's a pretty standard sized room with the little window that does turn solid. If you're with someone else, it doesn't have to be clear into the bathroom. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Please let me know if you have other questions about upgrading, whether it's worth it or not, the balcony, etc. I'm happy to answer any questions in the comments. All right.